Hello everyone, my name is Rohit Singhal and we were discussing about the isomerism in hydrocarbons. Till now we have discussed about the chain isomers possible, we have taken an example of normal carbon and hydrogen hydrocarbons. We have gone a step ahead in the previous class discussing about a molecular formula within oxygen in it, means an OH functional group is there. So, we have seen there are 8 possible different structures possible for the same molecular formula. As we go on keep on increasing on the number of carbons and the oxygen or the nitrogen we have included. So, there will be more and more structures possible for the same thing. The main thing in the main thing in the isomerism is the one thing we need to understand is we must know how to give the names to this complicated branched structures of the hydrocarbons. So, in this class I will discuss about the nomenclature of the complicated hydrocarbons. So, that there if we come up with the question with a different molecular formula and you find a different molecular structure possible with a lot of branches in it. So, how you gonna name it? So, that is what I am going to discuss in today's class for to help you for the examples you do. Okay, so, let us do the nomenclature we are doing. Right. So, we are doing nomenclature for some complicated thing. Let us take an example. These are from the NCERT books only. You can try yourself from the other books also, just for the practice, or from NCERT. There are enough examples given to you in the exercise in the chapter in between. Okay. So, this is one of the complicated structures. So, what first is need to understand is the longest carbon chain. So, just remember the points, what points what ordering we have to give, what ordering we have to give, what number of carbon chains we have to give. So, the first thing is look for the longest carbon chain. Second thing is look for the substituents present. Where the substituents are present, try for naming from that side where all the substituents come closer and closer. Third, if there is a functional group present, the numbering the substituent numbering should be such that the functional group moiety comes closer to the other substituents. For example, let us take in this, there are two possible things. One is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The other possibility we can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In this case, the substituent present is on third position and the substituent present on fifth position, while in other case the substituent present on second position and the substituent present on fourth position. There is a quick trick you can apply while in which sense we have to number, how means you can say how we get to know. If we say in this direction both the substituents come closer to this one 3 and 5, here the numbering is in 2 4, comparatively both the substituents come closer, or there is a trick also, try adding this number 3 and 5 is 8, 2 or 4 6. So, whichever number is smaller that numbering will be followed, this numbering. So, what we have to keep in mind, lowest sum of the numbers where substituents are present. Okay, so that we have to keep in mind. So, now I think the naming will be comparatively easy. So, how we will name it? So, let us remove this so that you not get confused. So, this is the numbering we are going to follow. Okay. So, what are the substituent present? One is methyl present. Okay. Position number 2 there is a methyl. Position number 4 there is an ethyl. Now, you must be thinking, so the name will be first 2 methyl and there is 4 methyl. No, the another thing to keep in mind is the alphabetical order. Must be followed The alphabetical order must be followed while naming the hydrocarbons. For example, there is a substituent methyl, there is a substituent ethyl, whichever comes first in the alphabetical order. Here starts with M, here starts with E. So ethyl comes first in the alphabetical order. So that's how we're gonna name this. So if we're gonna name this, no matter the substance is on fourth, the substance is on the later position or the earlier position, we will name according to the alphabetical order of the name. So its name will be 4-ethyl 2-methyl. There is no functional group, it's a state carbon chain with an alkene. So the name is going to be 4-methyl 2-methyl hexane. 6 carbons are there. So hexane. Remember one thing, while naming the hydrocarbons, there should be no gap in between. Wherever you see there, we put a dash there. Okay, so there should be no space while naming this. Okay, so this is one of the examples. Let's take another example of that. CH3. Let's make it more complicated. This example I'm only taking from the NCERT only. Okay, so you can check it there also. Okay, so this looks too complicated. Okay, first thing is don't get confused with writing of this CH3. I haven't written in this form, I have written in this form. This form is just to show that there is a carbon-carbon bonding. What happens when we write this? This is a normal writing. Okay. In this case, the clear visibility. What clear visibility we get? There is a hydrogen-carbon bond. As we know, but there is a carbon-carbon bond. So better you find in a lot of books or journals that they will write like this to show there is a CC bond present. Okay. So that's why I have just written like that. Okay, so let's come to the numbering of this. Okay, so how the numbering starts? Let's start from the left to right, and then we'll take to left to right also. So numbering can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or the numbering can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, what position substance is coming? Position number 4, position number 6, 5 also, position number 4, 5, 6. In this case, position number 3, position number 4, position number 5. Okay, in all terms we can say this is the substituents are closure. The substituents, you can also sum it up as I've already discussed. The substituents are closure while numbering from right to left. Okay, so what are the substituents present? Okay, we have a substituent. One is this ethyl group is present on 6th position. 5th position is a methyl group. 4th position, oh, what is this group called? Okay, let's discuss about this group. There is a substituent. This is not ethyl, this is not propyl. So what happens if there is what happens when there is a substituent present on a carbon chain, but the substituent is not normal, it's not ethyl, ethane, ethyl, methyl, propyl, it's not like this. There are number of there is further branching, means there is a branching present in the branching of the linear chain. If there are sub branching, then we name it differently. Then the branching name also occurs in a different manner. Let's see how it is. Okay, so as we are naming till now the normal hydrocarbon, we will name the branch. First we will do what? branching nomenclature of the branch, naming the branch. We don't know what the name of this branch is, so how do we name it? It's simple, as we have done till now. One, that will see the longest carbon chain, what it is, position number 1, it's methyl, it's 2 carbon, that's why it is called ethane. Okay, this should be the name. Okay, 1 methyl ethane, or it's but we don't write ethane, or we in when the substance is present on the side chain. So what we write is 1 methyl ethyl. However, there is a common name to this. You will encounter in the as you will practice, you will see there is a common name to this. This is isopropyl. Okay, so what will be the numbering? Okay, so there is a substance 5th position, it is this, there is a methyl group present, and this is the ethyl group present. Okay, the naming will start from alphabetical order, so the substance 6 will be starting from, so 6, there are 2 dimethyl present. Okay, 6 dimethyl. What other substance? 5 methyl. Okay, no, it's not 6, it's 3, as we are using that direction. 3 dimethyl, then it's 4 position. Let's remove this so that don't get confused with this. Okay, 3 dimethyl, 4 methyl, or let's use this terminology, so we can say let's if I use 4 methyl, what is on substance 5? 5 is 1 methyl ethyl. So that's how we are going to name this. If there is a branching present in the branching, so must keep it in the parenthesis and open bracket, so that what's happening in this, this a branch is a different name. It's not same. It's not a common name. Okay, like ethyl or methyl. So what you do, whenever you name such branches, just remember to keep it in the parenthesis. Okay, so what I have done, what this indicates, this 5th position, this is a whole one substituent present on this. If I will not write like this, if I will write this, it will not make sense that what it is. Now it's clear that there is a substituent called 1 methyl ethyl on position number 5. Okay, so what does it mean? This substituent present on position 5th. Okay, so this is the meaning of this parenthesis. So what will be the followed? How many carbon number of chains? 8. What will be its name then? 8. Sorry, octane it will be, right? It will be octane. Okay. If we take this isopropyl name, let's take this common name. We can also use this while naming this, because it's a common name. You will find it in many books. 2,2-dimethyl. Now just keep one thing in mind. What I have done in the previous thing, there were 2 names. One is methyl, another one is 1 methyl ethyl. So in nomenclature, we will first write a methyl, obviously, like if methyl comes first, then the methyl ethyl. But if you use the common name, there is isopropyl, and I comes before M. Okay, so then we gonna use this position 5 isopropyl. Okay, then this will come ahead of the 4 methyl position, 4 methyl, then we will write this. So this is the IUPAC name of this structure. Okay, so this is the name of this structure. So that's how you can name some complicated stuffs. Okay, you must be aware of making a name. Okay, that we will discuss in any further class, name to structure. Okay, so let's talk about some substituents of the carbon we have seen. Okay, carbon can be of different types. Carbon, we know, there is a tetravalent, can be attached with 4 positions. Okay, but it can be classified into 3 types. First one is primary, also called 1 degree, secondary, it's called 2 degree, another one is tertiary called 3 degree. What happens in primary degree means one carbon is attached to only one carbon. Here carbon attached to simple 2 carbons, here attached to 3 carbons. Let us take an example. What I am saying, CH3, CH, CH3, CH2, CH3. Okay. What the first we will name this 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 2-methyl butane. Now we will classify which one is the 1 degree carbon, which one is 2 degree carbon, which one is 3 degree carbon in the following, in the given structure. Okay. So let us say this carbon is attached only to one carbon. So this is a primary carbon, 1 degree. This is also a primary, attached to only one carbon, this one primary. Okay. Now let us discuss this carbon. How many carbons is attached to? 1 this carbon, 1 to this carbon. So it's a secondary carbon, 2 degree. This carbon attached to only this carbon, primary, 1 degree. This carbon attached to one this, another to this carbon, and this carbon also, means this carbon attached to 3 carbons, it is attached. So it's a tertiary carbon, or we can say 3 degree. Okay. So what we have discussed till now, we have discussed about the isomers of the chain isomers of the alkenes. We have done the nomenclature. We have started from the simple nomenclature of the hydrocarbons, starting a linear chain. Then I discussed about the isomerism, and we have discussed about the chain isomers, where we have discussed the naming of the branches, how the branched hydrocarbons are named, along with telling about you the isomers, how the isomers are, what can be the possibilities from a molecular formula, how many different structures are possible. It's just about the permutation and combinations you have to think. What are the possible structures with the given molecular formula? Then I have discussed in this class about naming some complicated hydrocarbons. If there is a branch chain, if there are too many branches present, and if suppose there is a branching in further branching. For example, we have seen there is no simple group present, there is no methyl or ethyl, there is further branching present in the branches. So how do we name it? Whether we can also name it through a common name if it is present, or if it is not present, then we have to first name the branch, and then we will have to keep the whole hydrocarbon name. And just do remember the thing that whenever you are going to name the branch, just keep in the parenthesis, so that it's clearly visible that this substituent or this branch is present on this position, so that while reading it becomes more easy. So that's how this nomenclature is done. Also do remember, whenever we are naming this, there is an alphabetical order you should follow. If there is an ethyl group substituent present, there is a methyl present. So ethyl will come first in the naming, then methyl, because due to the alphabetical order. Okay, so do try more examples from whichever book you possible, NCERT you can try. So that's it for now. Thank you so much.